guys? This is the Intellectual
Music.
Fire Podcast. I'm here with my boy ZZZ the Three and Doodoohead.
Yeah.
So today,
This is really exciting.
oh yes, it's very exciting. We've been hyping this podcast up for what is it, a year now?
Maybe, yeah,
Almost
probably.
a year.
Yeah, it's been a while. But we're finally doing it. Like a year later. You know, we've only tried once before this, but we've been trying very hard, as you can tell. Yeah, but this time it's gonna be good because we're talking about two albums. The first one is by Oingo Boingo, and it's called "Good for Your Soul," and the second one is called "Surfer Rosa," and it's by the Pixies. Or is it just Pixies?
I think it's
I
just
don't know.
Pixies.
Okay, yeah. Then it's just Pixies. So, which one do you guys want to talk about first?
Yeah, the Oingo Boingo one. I want to talk about that because
Okay.
I like that album. I think I like that album better than the one I chose.
You do?
Really? That's funny. I think I like Surfer Rosa more.
I'm gonna be honest, I like the Oingo Boingo one better.
Oh,
But,
interesting.
I mean, I've listened to it more times, so I might be a bit biased.
So, Juan, why don't you talk about why you like this album, the Oingo Boingo album, since
Well,
you're like familiar.
oh, yeah, I guess I should, So basically, this album is the third album by Oingo Boingo, and I think it starts off with I don't know,
Who
but
do you want to be?
yeah, Who Do You Want to Be? Really good song. Honestly, when I first listened to this album, I didn't like it, but then the second time I was like, hey, actually this is kind of good, and then the third time I was like, yeah, this is really good. You know, it grows on you. Who Do You Want to
Yes.
Be Today? I thought it was a bad song, but then the more I listened to it, it was like a better song. If you
Yeah,
ever
well,
know
Yeah, I
what I'm
could.
saying.
yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand it because I didn't really like that song the first time, but I do like most of the other songs. But it's very, I like the ska stuff, whatever that is in it, with all the African drums and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, actually, I had the first song, "Who Do You Want to Be?" I had that stuck in my head just before we started the podcast. So yeah, there's actually some pretty decently catchy songs on here. Like I liked "Sweat" and "Dead or Alive" a lot too.
There's some bangers on this album.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is my favorite Oingo Boingo album. Either that or Nothing to Fear, which is their second album. But yeah, this one, I don't know, I really like it. Like, most of the songs on here, are just really good.
Yeah, they're very catchy. I like the song "Good for Your Soul." I like the title track, "No Spill Blood" and "Fill the Void." Those are probably like my three favorites off here. But I think everything on here feels very solid, and there's no song that I would take off here.
The only one I don't like is, I think it's Cry of the Vados. The one where it's just like monkey noises and jungle
It's
noises.
actually I'm pretty sure it's like backwards. It's like some sort of Christian propaganda, but just reversed. So it just sounds like random noises.
Oh, oh yeah, Christian propaganda backwards is like evolution. They devolve into monkeys.
Oh, I see. I see. That's a very intellectual thought you had there, Mr. Stamos.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the Intellectual
Music.
Fire podcast. We've got to use our brains clearly. and, and we gotta see the real meaning behind these songs.
Wait, let me see if I can find the actual lyrics to that song. It was a cry of the
Potatoes.
Vatos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the lyrics are very thought provoking. Of course, I
Yeah,
don't
okay,
think
so
they're
it
common
says,
lyrics.
praise God, brothers and sisters. Just once or twice is good for your soul. Praise God. Accept Jesus into your heart, and you will be saved. You will receive everlasting life. Listen to me, I've sinned, I know. And then just praise Jesus, you will be saved, saved, saved. Praise God, you are healed, healed, healed. And it's just that backwards, apparently.
Wait, are you joking with me? I
I'm not joking. I looked
Oh,
at the lyrics before the podcast to all of the songs on both albums to be prepared. So,
I didn't know that. I thought it was just random monkey noises.
Yeah, I
well,
didn't
yeah,
know.
Huh.
it sounds like that.
Yeah, maybe. Wow, that's very thought provoking now that I see the uh the the message about God or something. Yeah,
I'm
I'm not
pretty
I'm
sure
not sure.
it's supposed to be like a joke or something.
Yeah, I yeah. I think
Maybe,
he's an
I don't know.
atheist. What's his face? Danny Elfman. He's probably making fun of like the Christian people that would say that like all rock music has backwards satanic messaging. And this is probably like a parody of the backwards satanic messaging, where it's backwards Christian messaging.
That's
Yeah,
well, that makes that's an interesting track. It kind of makes sense for the other songs, I guess. For I don't understand what this whole album's about. Is it about like Christianity or whatever?
no, well,
I don't think so.
I don't think
I
it's
think
about
there's like
Christian.
themes of death or something.
It has some jungle themes,
Yeah.
like Donkey Kong jungle beats. That's what it's got.
This is just the Donkey Kong album, but like with real people
This
instead
should
of
have been
monkeys.
this should have been the album for the video game Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. I think it would have fit really well. But
Actually,
that's
I mean,
Nintendo
yeah.
sauce right there. Um, yeah, but I think my favorite albums on here are probably Good for Your Soul, Fill the Void, Sweat, and Pictures of You. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously I like a lot of the other songs, but those are just my favorites.
Yeah. I really like Nothing Bad Ever Happens to Me. And then, as I said earlier, I think I said earlier, Sweat and Dead or Alive as well are pretty good ones.
Wait, how did I?
But
Oh yeah, Nothing Bad Ever Happens to Me. I can relate to that song so much.
I know.
Nothing
Yeah.
bad ever happens to me. So why
A
should
lot
I
of
care?
people can relate.
Yeah, but that song's been stuck in my head like just all the time. Anytime I think about like the current events, I'm just like nothing
Yeah.
bad ever happens to me.
Well, it's like, it's so true, though. It's like we honestly kind of care less about something if it isn't happening to us because we don't want to. It's bad thoughts.
It's just like we mentally distance ourselves away from it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like a TV show to us. Like, oh man, that terrible thing happened, but it's on TV. It's not like it's happening in real life, even though it is. But
Yeah.
we just, our brain just thinks, yeah, it's happening, but I don't know, something. Just imagine I said something really deep right there.
So on the Genius page, there is a somebody talking about what the meaning of nothing bad ever happens to me is. Talking about how it's a
Yeah, I saw
commentary
that.
about how, yeah, fascination about horrible things and just how it's not happening to us. So I guess you're right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just very enlightening, I guess you could say.
A lot of these songs feel very thought-provoking, and you can always kind of see that there's something there.
Definitely, like a hidden message almost with each of these songs.
Kind of like talking heads and stuff. So you can kind of, well, you can do a lot of similarities to them, but I guess what is it? What is it? That chant song,
Oh, I know exact. It's
"Cry of the Vados," is similar to the song "Electric Guitar" by Talking Heads, because the song by Talking Heads is about, it's like similar. It's like a satirical song about people saying that rock and roll is came from demons and stuff.
yeah. I don't know what those crazy people were thinking back in the 80s. These evil rock and roll demons trying to poison the youth.
Well, it's still a thing today. Like most
People
media
still
today is
think that?
now, well, not just about like rock and roll, but all types of new music is basically prone to, or anything trendy is prone to that type of treatment.
That's
Like
true.
like
Video games
TikTok,
cause violence.
yeah, video games, all that stuff. Rap music,
This rap
all that.
music is poisoning the youth. They're gonna grow up and be terrible people now because they listen to rap music. These darn
Yeah.
millennials and zoomers.
Boomers. Or Zoomers. You said, okay, alright. I had like a brain fart there. I thought you said boomers, even though you were talking about Zoomers.
Oh yes, obviously I was in the role of whatever generation came before boomers who somehow know about video games, I guess. Um,
And
what
aren't dead
generation
yet,
did come
somehow.
before boomers? I don't even,
Uh, I don't know.
I'm I'm sure there was one. So let's just yeah, let's just call them generation uh W. Yeah, that'll work. The
No,
boomers.
but then you're giving them a win.
Oh, yeah, I guess just not W, just a U.
No, L.
You
Generation L.
L?
Yeah.
Why did they go L? Wait, but the millennials are generation Y. That doesn't make any. How did they go from L to Y so quickly?
Well, how did they go from Xbox to Xbox 360?
Xbox One?
Oh yeah, well they had to it's like when Apple skipped the iPhone 9 to go straight from 8 to 10. You know, Xbox was just thinking, "Hey, you know what's better than the Xbox 2? The Xbox 360."
Yeah,
So
it'd be
they just did it.
cool. Cool. It'd be cool and radical if they did that.
You see, they were thinking ahead of their time.
360 steps ahead of their time.
Yeah, 360.
Can't wait for the PlayStation 7. That'll be that'll be the day when video games truly peak.
If that exists. A lot of the market is kind of shifting over to PC gaming, so. Because I don't think there's going to be another Xbox after this.
I mean,
PC
it's
Master
Microsoft.
Race.
I doubt they're gonna stop.
Well, they already have Windows, and Xbox is selling way less. And they're not even going to have any day one exclusives. And
Yes.
what is it? An Xbox can do the same thing PC does.
Yeah, I guess it.
Damn, we got off topic
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Any
what music have you guys been listening to recently?
uh well, I've been listening to Weezer. Yes,
Weezer? Oh, hell yeah,
Pinkerton,
dude. Weezer? Which album?
Pinkerton, and Blue
Pinker.
Album.
Dude, I've heard that album. It's a good album.
It's a great album. Probably my top
Yeah.
five.
My favorite songs on there are like oh fuck, El Scorcho, and there was another one. Oh yeah, The Good Life.
Good
That
Life.
one's pretty good.
Your
Yeah.
favorites are the only two singles on there.
Oh wait, really?
Those are
I don't know. I don't
two
pay attention
singles.
to singles too much.
Wow, that's. Wait, you didn't even know those were the singles, and you just interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorites are probably I mean, I like The Good Life. I don't like El Scorcher that much, but then I like oh, what's that song? I think No One Else, or is it No Other One? One of those
Oh, it
two is,
might be no other one. Yeah.
and then oh
Across the Sea is pretty good too.
oh, Across the Sea. That's a pretty good song. It's all.
Yeah.
I think it's about like a. I don't know.
It's about like this
she.
Japanese kid, I think, that liked the lead singer or something, so she sent
Yeah,
like
but
some
I
sort
think
of creepy letter.
it's a creepy song, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, he sounds like a real creep in that song. Like,
Kinda, yeah.
he's thinking about some not PG things in there. Let me tell
Maybe
you.
that's why I like it so much.
I've had
yeah, I
very
can see
little
this.
exposure to Weezer. The only exposure I think I've had or listened to it was when I was in my uncle's car and he was playing the Teal album.
Oh, the
I
Teal.
heard a
That
little
one's
bit of
just all
that,
covers.
and I did not like
Yeah,
that.
well, Weezer makes like not as good of stuff now, but their old stuff,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
first two albums, and then like I don't know, I only really listened to the first two albums, but
Yeah,
those
the
sound
first
like
two albums are probably their best, I'd say.
yeah,
I think most people would agree with you because when I'm looking at like reviews and stuff for them, I only see the Blue album and stuff as getting really good reviews.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
People really
Pinkerton was
like the
hated at
album.
first, I'm pretty sure, or at least not liked as much, but then over time it kind of became like a cult classic-ish.
Yeah, Pinkerton. It was like bashed in the reviews for some reason.
Yeah.
What happens with a lot of music?
They're not appreciated in their time.
Yeah, music changes
Oh, okay.
for
So
people.
I like No Other One, Why Bother, Pink Triangle, and Falling for You.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pink Triangle's pretty good too.
Yeah, and it's the theme song of Ross from Friends.
Oh, wait,
If
really?
you've seen Friends.
I haven't seen Friends.
Well, basically he marries a lesbian and then she dumps him for some girl after he gets her
Damn.
pregnant. Yeah, yeah, but the song goes really well with his life story. I barely
I mean, I could see
understand
why.
that.
But that's crazy. I was like listening to that. Actually, it was like I think several months ago when I started listening to Pinkerton, but it's crazy.
To what?
Pinkerton.
Crouton?
Crouton? What?
Wait, I don't know what.
I said Pinkerton.
Oh, pink. Oh, I just heard Urton. Or
Curtin.
It didn't sound like Pinkerton.
yeah, I didn't hear the pink part.
It didn't.
I just
Oh,
heard you
my
say
bad.
Urton. Yeah, I think
So-
I listened to it like a year ago or two.
So, Doodoohead, what have you been listening to recently?
I don't know. I've been for the past few months I haven't listened to that much music, but generally my favorite genres fall more into like rock or alternative rock or like punk rock, sort of like 90s type music. So
Oh, like Nirvana or Stone Temple Pilots or
I've never heard of Stone Temple Pilots too much. I've listened to Offspring, Green Day, Nirvana, also Foo Fighters. That's more post grunge, but
I like Foo Fighters.
yeah, Foo Fighters pretty good.
My Hero and Everlong. Yes, those are the
Yeah, both from the best album, The Color and the Shape, and no
Yeah.
one can tell me otherwise.
I think Monkey Wrench is pretty good too.
Monkey Wrench is a pretty good one. Also, God, what was? Oh yeah, Hey Johnny Park is pretty good too.
Uh, I barely even remember that song. If I were to listen to it, I'd be like, oh yeah, that song, because I know I've listened to it like a couple times.
Yeah.
What I listen to is pretty different from 90s stuff.
What do you listen to?
So I listen to a lot of. So my favorite band is The Residents. I listen to them all the time. That's most. Like, if I have a chart of what I usually listen to, it's mostly Residents. They're like an avant-garde band. They make a bunch of weird stuff. Like 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 they have an album full of Elvis covers, but there's a story intertwined. Or they have an album about moles. Or they have an album. There's 40 songs that are each 1 minute long. I don't know, but that's what I've been listening to a lot lately, and I've been listening to a lot of Wu-Tang Clan stuff. A lot of
I think
that.
I've heard of the Wu-Tang Clan, but I haven't
Oh
heard
yeah,
anything by them.
you definitely should listen to them because they're really good from the early 90s and stuff, and they have a bunch of albums. Their early stuff is good, but a lot of their later stuff is kind of trash, but otherwise, yeah, that's all I've been listening to, really.
Yeah, I've noticed that like a lot of bands, they'll make like one or two good albums, maybe three if they're lucky, and then like after that they'll start their just decline. I think the
Yeah.
creativity just gets drained out of them, and then they just they start just making albums for the sake of making albums.
That's like especially the case with Oasis. It's a British rock band, and they had like
made Wonderwall.
two really good albums. Definitely Maybe, and then some. What's the Story? Morning Glory, and then after that, it like just declined, and they kept putting out albums that just weren't that good.
Well, once you get very popular, you kind of lose that urge for creativity.
You lose passion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Talking Heads, I guess. After, what is it, Remain in Light. I don't think any of their albums were as good as that. Kind of hit a peak.
Oh, that's the
Just
one
a
that
lot.
has which song is that? I don't know.
Once in a Lifetime.
Yeah, Once in a Lifetime.
Yeah, I like that album a lot.
Oh yeah, I did listen to that album. But I mean, I only listened to it like once, so I should probably listen to it again, so I can
Yeah,
pick some
it's
songs.
probably like one of my few 10 out of 10 albums, I would say. Every song on there is just super catchy and really good. Very ahead of its time, too.
Once in a Lifetime was stuck in my head like all day at school. I think in February of this year. I don't know, but I remember I was just like listening to it over and over again in weight training while doing the exercises and crap.
Yeah, that whole album is just great. So, should we talk about Surfer Rosa now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Doodoohead, since you kind of probably did the most research and you said you liked it better, you should talk about it.
Yeah, start us.
Oh. Yeah, well, I don't know. I just did some. I looked on Wikipedia, and that was my
Great source. Great source.
that was the expert research I did for both albums. But
Hey, wait, one
from what I
second.
hear, this is
Wikipedia, everybody says that's a terrible source, but Wikipedia is the best source.
It
And
gets sources
obviously
yeah,
from other sources, though.
you just gotta make sure that all the sources at the bottom are right. But other than that, most of it's gonna be right because there's that one guy who just does all the work for like 20 years.
exactly.
Sorry, continue.
I mean, yeah, okay, but basically, so from what I hear, this is actually Pixies were like a major inspiration for bands like Nirvana, so that's probably why I like this one a bit more. It kind of fits into sort of my spectrum of music. But yeah.
Yeah, this is a good album. It's an interesting album. Like, it wasn't even recorded in the studio. It was recorded in like just a house.
Oh,
And
interesting.
yeah, and
So
and
they had a
also
low
David
budget and
Bowie said this was I think David Bowie said this was like his favorite album of the 80s, or like the best
huh.
music of the 80s. And he even did a cover on one of his albums of Cactus off this album, which is a decent cover.
Yeah.
And so, what are your favorite songs on this album?
Well, I like the here. Wait, I need to. I like the "Where Is My Mind." I think that was
Oh
a
yeah,
pretty good song.
that's like their most popular track. That's like, but it is
Yeah,
a
I know.
good song though.
I looked up
Yeah.
Pixies. I usually do this. Like I'll look up the band name and then whatever songs come up first, I'll figure, oh, yeah, that's probably their most popular song. So, yeah, I figured
Yeah,
that was probably their most popular song. And for good reason. It's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
yeah. So my favorite songs on here are probably "Where's My Mind," obviously, since that's like their most popular track. Uh, "Cactus," "Bone Machine," and uh, I think "Gigantic." Yeah, I like those. Those are my favorite songs
Gigantic
off
is
here.
like really catchy.
Yeah, that's also like their one other big song on there.
Yeah.
This is probably like I haven't listened to too much of the Pixies, but I don't know. This is like close to their second album, which is probably their best.
What was their second album?
Doolittle. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
it's really popular. It's like their most popular album because just everything on here is just popular
Interesting.
and well received. But so okay, Juan, what did you think of the album?
Um, well, I mean, I only listened to it twice, so I didn't like really have any songs that super stuck into my head or anything like that. But I'm sure if I listened to it a third time, because usually I need to listen to an album like a couple times before it really you know, oh, I guess I don't like this album, or oh, this album's actually pretty good. Because it's by then that the songs start getting stuck in my head and I realize, oh yeah, this is a good song. Um, but yeah, I do, like I said, I do like the "Where's My Mind" song. I think I listened to that a couple times. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, I can
but it's a pretty
understand.
good album.
Yeah, I can understand that. But yeah. So
Uh
So is there anything else you want to talk about the album at all?
Well, there was this song, "Broken Face." I thought it sounded.
I like
You
that
sound.
one. That one's it's kind of funny.
I got a broken
It's
face. I thought it sounded kind of goofy, from
yeah.
Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's also about like I'm pretty sure it's about like the genetic mutations that come with inbreeding, so like incest and stuff. So I
Yeah,
think that
I
fits
guess.
the song really well.
There's a lot of messed up stuff in the lyrics and stuff like that. Like, what is it? Bone Machines about somebody getting cheated on or something? Something like that. Somebody's cheating in a relationship. I like that.
I think there's a theme
Yeah,
of bones in the first couple of songs, because
I'm
Yeah.
pretty
you've
sure
got
it's
Bone
like
Machine, and then Break My Body starts saying like "Hold My Bones" or something. Like
yeah,
they say
yeah.
that a
Hold
couple
my
of times.
bones.
I'm pretty sure
That's
it's like mutilation is one of the themes in this album.
Yeah, Broken Face, Break My Body, Bone Machine. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of songs about broken stuff, parts of the
Broken
body.
stuff, just broken body parts, just bodily harm.
What about the superhero? The Tony's theme.
That one's pretty catchy and it's funny too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder what his superpower is.
Yeah, that's a weird hook to have. There's a lot of crazy hooks on here.
Yeah.
And I think overall this album's pretty good. But maybe not my favorite, but yeah, I can understand
Yeah. I've
why
heard
you like
better.
it so much. Yeah.
Yeah. But this album's good
Yeah, it's a
as
good.
well. It's just yeah.
So, is there any other like albums that you all have want to talk about?
Um, you guys listen to Pink Floyd
I've
No.
at
listened
all?
to a little bit. Like, I don't care for them.
Dang, that's tough.
Like, I've heard, what is it?
The Wall,
The Wall. I've heard their most The Wall and what is it?
Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Moon. I've listened to those two albums, and then I didn't really care because I started listening to like King Crimson.
Did you know that the Dark Side of the Moon is like one of the best-selling albums of all time?
Oh no,
Oh,
I knew
interesting.
that.
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
super popular.
number 3 or 1 or something. It's like way up there.
Well, if you look at like at websites like Rate Your Music is where there's a lot of music rating. It's like at number 3 at the of rating albums. Just everything about that album is very iconic.
Yeah.
Be surprised
I
if
mean,
you've never
there's like
heard of
a
it.
couple songs in there, and they're all just like they're pretty solid.
Yeah,
And they're
it's a
nice.
pretty yeah, that album's pretty solid. It's very popular. There's a lot of people that say that it's like overrated or whatever because it's popular, but I don't know.
The yeah, the first time I listened to it, I didn't like it. But then the other couple times I was like, or no, the second time I was like, this is good. Then the third time I was just listening to it in a driver's ed class after, we were done with the work, and I was just like, wow, this is really good. But now I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, it's good. It's not as good as I thought it was though.
Yeah, that's kind of what I have my opinion on that album. I guess it's like a good way of getting started into music, I guess. Just starting if you're trying to start listening to rock, I guess that'd be like something you first listen to and you get listening to
Yeah, entry level.
whatever.
But I
I
did
think
listen
I
to.
listened to one Pink Floyd song, but I don't know. It was like the last song on the album with like the cover of the two men shaking hands and one of them's
Oh,
on fire.
Shine On You Crazy Diamond.
Yeah, something like that.
That was probably the last song in that album.
Yeah.
I think.
Was it like a really long
Yeah,
song?
it's like 11 minutes
It
long.
was long. It was longer.
A lot of long prog songs.
I mean, in, what is it? Shine On Your Crazy Diamond? Or, that's the name of the album, right? Yeah, whatever album that is. I like, Welcome to the Machine, but I don't like the other two, like, really popular songs from that album as much. Here, wait, I'd have to...
I've tried listening to Shine You Crazy Diamond, and I thought it was really boring, so I just turned it
Yeah,
off.
that's what I thought, like, the first two times I listened to it. And the third time I was like, oh, yeah, Welcome to the Machine's good, but the other two are kind of, like, boring.
It's a popular album. That's why people talk about it. I'd say it's not like, I don't know. Pink Floyd is probably the most popular and one of the most just big bands of all time.
Yeah.
So
Oh, the album's called Wish You Were Here.
Okay, yeah.
And that's
no
the
idea.
other big song on that album. I don't like it as much, honestly.
Okay, so do you guys listen to David Bowie at all?
Yeah. Changes is good, and I mean, I don't listen to him that much. And then The Man Who Sold the World is also pretty good.
Have you heard any of their albums?
No.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
some of
and I
his
only know
albums are pretty
Changes from
good.
Shrek too, so. And I only know The Man Who Sold the World from Nirvana. But then I was like, oh, this is a cover of a David Bowie song. Oh, yeah, and then, of course, what's that song? The one about the space guy,
Space Oddity?
Yeah, Space Oddity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not
listen to
know
some
that
of the
song.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Do you guys listen to Talking Heads at all?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, I listened to the In Light or whatever.
Remain in Light, yeah.
Remain in Light.
Well, so I guess we have a lot of albums that we could listen to
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, I guess we should
So
save those for next time. How long has it been going?
for like 38 minutes. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't I don't know what else to talk about now.
So I guess we're done.
Yeah, that's
I guess we're done
the
now.
first episode.
This is an expert way to end a podcast.
Maybe we should do 3 albums next time.
Well,
Maybe.
we did more than 2 albums, honestly, on this one because we just started
We did
about
like
random albums.
We talked a little
yeah.
bit about other albums. I think we should do more since if we're all listening to the same album, it'll be easier
Yeah.
to talk about them.
Yeah.
We had more content when we all listened to the album, and then if one of us listened to the album, it was just kind of like one guy talking for a bit, and then we moved on to the next album. So we should definitely, listen to 3 albums next time.
Okay. So
Dude, that's actually perfect though, because then we each get to pick an album.
Yeah, that's perfect. Unless someone
So-
else joins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess this is the end.
Thanks for tuning in. Uh, watch. Yeah, wait. Tune in next time, even though this isn't a TV. For the intellectual
Music.
fire podcast, when we talk about some other album that you have probably heard of. Bye.
Maybe. Bye.